All right, Rod Rodriguez here with the After Action Review. This morning, I was going to do the 0530. I got it before. Was working on iMovie. So I'm setting up the YouTube page. So basically, all of these videos are going to be available on YouTube instead of having to scroll through Facebook and everything. So I've been using iMovie, and I've never used this before. It's been on my laptop forever. Never touched it. Just last night I broke it open a little bit, started reading a little bit how to use it, and man, that is an amazing program. So is GarageBand. Never really played with those things. I've been using Audacity for podcasts. I still think Audacity is better, but GarageBand certainly has its strengths. So I blew right through 530. I'm just nose to the screen, and when I looked up finally, I was editing a couple of video clips and trying to add in some graphics, and I look up and it's like, I gotta go. I gotta get to my 9 to 5. In fact, I've got exactly like 2 minutes before I gotta get back in there. So my thoughts for today, this week, my focus is getting some guests that are going to talk about Jiu Jitsu. Now, I know a lot of you may not know what Jiu Jitsu is. We're going to get into it. Basically, a ground form of martial arts. It's like wrestling for submissions. You've probably seen the UFC. You've probably seen it in Bellator if you're an MMA fan. So we got a lot of veteran athletes out there. And I don't want to just concentrate on Jiu Jitsu, but Jiu Jitsu is what I know because this is the world I've been immersed in for the last 6 years. So I've got some MMA guys, some Jiu-Jitsu guys. I've got everything from purple belt to black belt to white belts, and everybody wants to promote themselves. Everybody wants a sponsorship. See, that's the thing in Jiu-Jitsu world, and I think in a lot of other professional sports as well, is sponsorships. Sponsorships. My mouth is dry. Sponsorships. It's not just the fact that you get something paid for. It's also kind of like a badge of honor. It's like I'm good enough for somebody to want to support, and that means a lot to some people. But it's not easy getting a sponsorship. And we're going to talk to some people who have been very successful getting sponsorships, people that are looking to get them, and what they can do and what you can do, whether you're in jiu-jitsu, whether you're in wrestling, whether you're in whatever sport. What are some things you want to do to try and to increase your rate of success for getting a sponsorship? I'm really curious about this too. I kind of know where the answer is going to go, which sucks because I am not doing that, and I'm doing that with the After Action Review, but I'm not doing that with my jiu-jitsu. But at the same time, it's also like, how much bandwidth do you actually have? And I feel like the AAR podcast is something I want to dedicate a little more time to than trying to get a sponsorship. But still, it's a great talk. And I might get back into the sponsorship game. Might want to try and get one myself. Or, like I said before, sponsors a veteran athlete. You rock the After Action Review patch, and maybe I'll help you with some entrance fees and stuff like that. But crossing those bridges when they come. Let's see, goals for today. Goals for today include putting out a little more content. Yesterday, I think I did pretty good. Yesterday, I felt really good. I was consistent with some of the content. Had some good discussions. Especially had a discussion about what happens when you hire a friend who turns out to be a shitty employee. Great friend, but a shitty employee. I had a good back and forth with Nick Palmciano and Zach Hayes. I can't remember his name, but they both seem to have some interesting stories related to that. So trying to get them on the podcast. So if you have a story about that too, please hit me up and let's talk about that. I think that's a really interesting one. I think a lot of veterans try and go into business with somebody that they know. There's a certain feeling of security that comes with jumping into the deep waters with a friend as opposed to just jumping in by yourself. But that friend, that partner may end up being a detriment to the business, to your entrepreneurship. So how do you handle those situations and how to recognize when they're coming up? So I think that's a good topic of conversation. Don't you? Yeah. Okay. So That I got a couple of things on the horizon. So goal for today is to definitely build up more. I want to finish the YouTube page today. Today's the day. I'm gonna finish it. I'm gonna do the intro video, splice it all together, and push that bad boy out there and stand up the YouTube page. Facebook Live, Facebook page is doing really good. The website, gotta focus on that too. I think that's gonna be the next project. So I'm out the door really soon. The times are gonna change in terms of when I push out content, but I'm gonna try and make it as transparent as possible. So yeah, website, definitely got to focus on the website. After I'm done with the YouTube page, I'm going to start transferring some of these things into MP3 format so I can load them up. So they'll be shorter podcasts, they're about the same time, about 30 minutes. But after that, it's going to be about finding some of those older recordings and making podcasts out of them. That was the whole intent. Like, I've got some stories. I've got great stories. Two in particular that stick out in my mind. And then I would definitely want to do a third. So, another podcast, a third story. So the other ones are going to be interview based. These that I'm producing will be stories. So, all right, that's it. Got to get into work. All right. Like, listen, subscribe, and share. And I will see you at the next Facebook Live.